Hey guys, welcome to Pinterest in 10 minutes a day, where I am here to empower busy moms take control of your online business with just 10 minutes a day using Pinterest marketing. My goal is to teach you the ins and outs of do-it-yourself Pinterest marketing, share success stories, and provide actionable tips to help you grow your online business. Get ready to learn how to make the most of your limited time and achieve big results. We're going to dive in and start building your online presence today with Pinterest. I know we've been talking about summer, but here's the deal. I am a planner and I am very efficient and I work. Like if I'm going to spend the time to do something, I'm going to do it right and I'm going to get it done as efficiently and effectively as possible. And what I have learned over the years with summer, so I have 5 kids. My oldest is 12, my youngest is 4. And I started my online business when I had a 1-year-old and a 0 and a baby at home. Okay. So they are 16 months apart in age. And so I have tried and done great summers and horrible summers, and there's a lot of different things. So we are digging into summer a little bit more the few episodes just because it really is a big thing, especially for so many of my listeners and readers and watchers are moms trying to make it work because I totally get it. You don't want to just drop everything for 2 months during the summer, but you also don't want to give up that time and you want to be able to spend that time with your kids. So with Pinterest, summer typically brings a slump of traffic for a lot of blogs and businesses, but instead of letting it get you down, it's actually the perfect time to focus on essential housekeeping tasks that's going to keep your traffic steady and growing. Okay, so your traffic probably won't grow over the summer, but at least keeping where you're at, or if it slumps a little bit, but you're still going to be doing these housekeeping tasks to get done so that when you come back up, it's not like you're starting from ground zero again. Pinterest isn't quite that platform that punishes you if you haven't been on the platform for 1 or 2 months. They definitely absolutely love to see consistency. But with Facebook or Instagram, I know when I would just not show up for a week on that platform, like it was so hard to get that momentum going again. So with Pinterest, it's not as big of a deal, but it is still nice to keep that momentum going, what you have. But also, just as an entrepreneur and a business, you want to keep showing up in your business for your clients, for those readers, for those leads. And so instead of getting caught up in the instant pinning over the summer, there's a few more strategic activities that you can do to get the long-term results. Okay. So first off, brush up on SEO. But this isn't just for Pinterest. Do it for your website as well. I've talked about updating your Pinterest keywords, right? So you definitely want to do that, but also head over to your website and brush up on SEO with that. Pinterest is great for getting new traffic, and since it's an SEO platform, Google sometimes uses those pins to refer people as well. So as pins get seen on Google, you can also get your website on Google as well. So brushing up on SEO around everything. Check all of your Instagram, your Facebook, your Pinterest, check keywords for all those platforms. Check those keywords on your website. It's going to help with so many places and it's going to set you up for that long-term growth. Okay. I know this is something I'm going to do. I don't know when the last time I've checked and updated my Facebook keywords and stuff. So that definitely needs to be done. It's been over a year. So brushing up on keyword or SEO is a great thing to do over the summer. The second thing is to update your old blog post. Okay, so find some of those oldies but goodies. I know with me, I do this about once a year. I will be like, how come this pin or this blog post, right? The blog post that I have a podcast and a YouTube video and pins for, why didn't it take off? Like, this is really good content. Go back, look at it, maybe create a few new pins for it, create images and get it out there again. So find those oldies but goodies, even if they're taking off, and maybe you can create new content for those oldies but goodies. Maybe you have a few freebies that you haven't talked about in a while. Sorry, I've had to keep my phone on because I'm expecting an emergency call at some point. So there is updating all of that content is going to be super helpful for this time. I love to go take some of my old videos that are still really relevant and recreate pins for that and re-promote them again in my Facebook group and my email list. So find all of your oldies but goodies and update them. You can also look at them and see if there's any new products that you can talk about in there. If there's any affiliate links that you can put in there, there's a lot of things you can do with these, okay? The third thing is to still stay active on Pinterest, okay? You don't have to go pinning, but still stay active. So for me, if I'm not creating new pins, I will still show up and I will repin a few pins a day, right? Or I will create 1 or 2 pins a week instead of my 5 or 10 pins a week, right? So you still want to stay active because it's key. And there is that forgiveness. And Pinterest has a native scheduler. So if you know you're going to be out of town most of the time through July, in June, you can schedule some pins and don't go crazy about it. Like if you don't have a ton of time, schedule just 1 pin a week while you're out of town. And if you have more time before you go out of town, schedule a second pin for that week, okay? But you do want to do some activity on Pinterest to keep that momentum going, okay? It is a very forgiving platform, but that being said, consistency is key. There is so much for business and for growth and just for development and everything about consistency, okay? The fourth thing that you can do, so we've talked about brushing up on your SEO. We've talked about updating your oldies but goodies, a blog post or podcast or freebies or any of that thing, staying active on Pinterest. And then the fourth thing is, if you have extra time during the summer, what is one project that you've been putting on the back burner? So super quick, I did a podcast, a video about time-saving tips for mom entrepreneurs in the summer, where I talked about things you can do now in March, April, May. I'm recording this at April. So April and May, what you can do now to make your summer flow easy. This podcast, this content is about what you can do during the summer if you still have this time to do work and stuff with, and you don't want to completely forget about your business, because I don't recommend doing that, but still putting in some effort. And so this is where number 4 comes in, is working on a project that you've been putting on the back burner, okay? Whether it's create that freebie that you've had rolling around in your head forever, but you haven't actually done the work for. So if it's a project that will take an hour or 2 hours, schedule that time and go do it. When you're done at the end of summer, you're going to feel so much better because you got that one project done, okay? This is, again, if you have time, it's all great stuff that you can work on to get you over that summer slump. You're focusing on a product, or you're focusing on your old blog posts, or not focusing on the less traffic you're getting, because it's just kind of going to happen, okay? And the last thing I want to do is enjoy life, really. I mean, realize that traffic might be slumping a little bit, maybe sales are slumping a little bit, but you're doing the best you can right now, and that's okay. It will be enough. Honestly, it will be enough. There are some summers where I make more money than I had the previous months, and a lot of that has to do with mindset. Okay, so really drop that guilt. Decide if you're going to do work time, you're going to do work time. And if you're going to do family time, you're going to do family and vacation time. And just set that schedule, decide what you want to do, and be happy with the choice that you make, and really enjoy life. Like, the great thing about Pinterest is you can do so much with your Pinterest marketing, and it will do a lot of the hard work for you. So really let yourself enjoy summer without feeling guilty about it, and work on some things here or there when you have time, but don't let it stress you out, okay? When you're proactive in these quieter months, it's a great way to set yourself up for this long-term success. Pinterest is all about a long-term strategy. I talk about Pinterest, I talk about website and email marketing. To me, those are the 3 main things to keep your business going. And those are the 3 main things that I focus on over summer. I'm making sure those are working well so that I don't have to do a ton of the extra work. I don't have to show up on Facebook as much. I don't have to do a lot of this other stuff, okay? If you're looking for more ways to optimize your Pinterest profile, then definitely go ahead and sign up for audits. Better sooner than later. As audits start getting signed up for in the summer, it takes me a little bit longer to get back to those audits. So if that's something you're interested, go to sharicemerrill.com/audit. And for your action tip, I want you to decide one thing. One thing. What are you going to focus on this one thing? So instead of looking at your Pinterest numbers every week, instead of frustrating about the decrease in traffic or stuff like that over the summer, what is one thing that you can focus on to take your mind off that? Is it looking through your SEO? Is it updating your blog post? Is it just focusing on staying consistent on Pinterest? If you only have 10 minutes a day, is it Pinterest you're going to work on? Is there a project that you want to work on, or do you want to work on just being more present with whatever you're doing during the day? That is your action step. Decide on one thing that you are going to focus on this summer and not worry and stress about the slump. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here and for listening. If you have any questions, please go over to Facebook. I have a free Facebook group called Woman on Pinterest. I will answer your questions. This is a must-have. The question thread goes out Sunday, and I typically get to them on Monday. But you're welcome to ask questions throughout the week if you want. I love hearing the questions. I love giving those answers. I love chatting with you guys and helping you learn more how to use Pinterest. I'm all about do-it-yourself Pinterest marketing so you don't have to pay for a VA and you don't have to pay for a manager. I will talk to you guys later and bye for now.